Imagine a bright, sunny morning. The table is set, steaming coffee awaits you, and beside it, a generous slice of fresh, golden pineapple. Most people start the day convinced they're making the perfect choice for their health. After all, pineapple is practically synonymous with abundant vitamins, natural fiber, and irresistible tropical freshness. But what very few people realize is that, depending deeply on how and when this fruit is consumed, it can become a silent saboteur of metabolism. And this specific mistake is most common among those who are most concerned about aging with dignity and vitality. Pineapple has an enviable and almost untouchable reputation. It is said to aid digestion, dramatically strengthen the immune system, and even burn accumulated fat. But these promises, repeated tirelessly for decades, hide critical nuances that practically no one openly discusses. In a young organism, full of energy reserves and with a fast metabolism, the negative impact is almost imperceptible. But in a biologically mature body, which has already surpassed 60 years of age, each chemical reaction occurs considerably more slowly, and what once represented a positive stimulus can easily turn into a dangerous metabolic overload. Science is increasingly explaining this. As we age, the pancreas naturally becomes less efficient at producing insulin, and the liver processes fructose more slowly and laboriously. This means that the natural sugar present in pineapple, while seemingly mild and harmless, can cause blood sugar spikes extremely similar to those caused by a dessert loaded with refined sugar. The direct and immediate consequence? Sudden and unexplained fatigue, increased silent and systemic inflammation, and growing difficulty controlling body weight, even in those who eat well and with discipline. But the fundamental problem isn't with pineapple itself as a fruit. It's entirely in the context of consumption. The exact time of day, the specific combination with other foods, and the current state of the digestive system make all the difference between benefit and harm. A seemingly simple mistake, like consuming pineapple at the wrong time of day, can dramatically alter the stomach's acid balance, seriously impair the absorption of essential minerals, and even worsen uncomfortable symptoms like gastroesophageal reflux and persistent heartburn. Most people interpret this discomfort as something inevitable with age, but it's often just the body reacting defensively to a completely unbalanced eating routine. What seemed to be a potent vitamin C boost may actually be silently undermining your natural defenses. It's an absolutely intriguing paradox. The same tropical fruit that protects against inflammation can, if misused, trigger progressive joint pain and chronically slow digestion. This is especially dangerous because the negative effects are gradual and cumulative. No one feels them immediately in an acute way, but the body accumulates worrying signs over time: an uncomfortable feeling of bloating after lunch, excessive sleepiness after meals, and a noticeable decrease in energy upon waking in the morning. Understanding the true and complete role of pineapple in your diet after turning 60 is absolutely essential to transforming what seemed like a dangerous trap into a powerful health ally. The genuinely encouraging good news is that there are simple and practical ways to enjoy its extraordinary benefits without suffering hidden and harmful side effects. The realistic bad news is that almost no one consumes pineapple in the truly correct and safe way. So, before you continue watching, do something important for yourself right now: subscribe to this channel immediately and turn on notifications. Each new video offers practical, rigorously science-based guidance, translated into real life, without complicated technical jargon or fleeting fads. The right information, delivered at the right time, is what definitively separates accelerated and painful aging from lasting and vibrant vitality. And while you ponder which slice of pineapple to put on your plate, keep this crucial question in mind: what exactly happens inside the body when this seemingly harmless fruit comes into direct contact with a naturally slower metabolism? The scientific answer is the fundamental starting point for understanding the 5 dangerous mistakes that every senior citizen urgently needs to avoid, and the first of these is absolutely the most insidious and treacherous of all. For countless years, the idea that pineapple genuinely aids digestion has been repeated like an unquestionable mantra. At family gatherings, weekend barbecues, or Sunday lunches, it appears as the perfect dessert to soothe an overburdened stomach. But this popular belief, while superficially logical and even sensible, hides a serious chemical problem of which very few are aware.
Eating pineapple immediately after a meal high in fat or heavy protein is like throwing concentrated acid on a still-burning fire. The inevitable result is severe irritation, painful reflux, and, in more serious and persistent cases, gastric inflammation that is extremely difficult to control properly. The scientific explanation is simple yet extremely powerful and revealing. Pineapple contains a digestive enzyme called bromelain, widely known for breaking down protein molecules and theoretically facilitating digestion. In pure theory, this sounds absolutely excellent and beneficial. But in real metabolic practice, the post-meal environment is already completely saturated with natural digestive acids, concentrated bile, and the body's own natural enzymes. Adding extra bromelain at this critical moment dramatically overloads the stomach. It's as if the digestive system is receiving completely contradictory orders at the same time, to process and protect simultaneously. The inevitable result is a dangerous imbalance in gastric pH, irritation of the sensitive mucosa, and an intense burning sensation. For those with pre-existing digestive sensitivities, such as mild gastritis, frequent reflux, or regular use of anti-inflammatory drugs, the negative effect is considerably more intense and problematic. The chemical combination of fatty foods with the natural acidity of pineapple dangerously stimulates the opening of the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscular valve that separates the stomach from the esophagus, dramatically facilitating the upward flow of acidic contents. This is why so many people experience that characteristic burning sensation immediately after eating something heavy followed by fresh pineapple. Interestingly, most interpret this painful symptom as something positive, as if the pineapple were literally cleansing the consumed fat. In biological reality, it is simply the body's defense mechanism trying to protect itself from a chemical aggression. Another critical factor that significantly aggravates the problem is the temperature of the food. When pineapple comes directly from the refrigerator, chilled and refreshing, it drastically slows down the digestive process and constricts the delicate blood vessels in the stomach, further hindering the work of natural enzymes. The immediate sensation may even be refreshing and pleasant, but the internal impact is exactly the opposite of what is therapeutically desired. The human body needs moderate heat to digest properly, and the intense cold of a frozen fruit can momentarily paralyze the stomach. But there is a smart and safe way to enjoy bromelain without suffering its negative side effects. The ideal nutritional approach is to consume pineapple alone between main meals or preferably in the morning, when the digestive system is more balanced and the stomach's natural acidity is considerably lower. In this favorable metabolic context, the enzyme bromelain acts as a true therapeutic ally, helping to break down accumulated old proteins and cleanse the digestive tract of waste. It's absolutely fascinating to observe how the same natural food can heal or cause severe harm, depending solely on when it's consumed. This is one of the great fundamental lessons of truly intelligent eating. Context is absolutely everything. What the body really needs after a heavy meal is quiet time, not additional acidity. And pineapple, when used as a digestive shortcut, can be silently sabotaging your digestion in ways you can't even imagine. So, the next time someone offers you a golden slice of bread right after a hearty lunch, firmly remember that not everything that seems superficially healthy is actually harmless. The first dangerous mistake has already been fully exposed, but there is another even more common and equally harmful habit, and it happens early in the morning when the body is in its most vulnerable state of the day. Many well-meaning people start their day firmly believing they are doing something extraordinarily good for their bodies. A large glass of pure pineapple juice on an empty stomach, chilled, natural, and vibrant. The mental image seems perfect and healthy, a gentle way to awaken the body and dramatically boost immunity. But what actually happens inside the body is precisely the opposite of what is expected. First thing in the morning, the stomach is completely empty, extremely sensitive, and naturally acidic. When it receives a concentrated dose of fructose and acidity from pure pineapple, it reacts defensively as if it were being chemically attacked. Bromelain, that powerful digestive enzyme found in the fruit, has a specific biological function, breaking down protein molecules. But with absolutely no solid food in the stomach to process, it ends up interacting directly with the delicate gastric tissue itself, severely irritating the protective mucosa and causing a burning sensation that many mistakenly confuse with simple morning hunger.
This seemingly minor discomfort, repeated daily without being noticed, can cause cumulative microlesions and progressively increase stomach sensitivity over time. It's no surprise that so many people over 60 report chronic reflux and persistent heartburn, even when they eat reasonably well. Furthermore, consuming pineapple juice on an empty stomach creates a dangerous chemical imbalance that compromises the rest of the day. The body, upon detecting the high acidity combined with the sudden spike in fructose, rapidly releases insulin to balance blood sugar levels. This abrupt hormonal reaction causes an energy drop in the following hours. Instead of the expected morning vitality, the concrete result is unexplained fatigue and increasing irritability. And when this happens regularly, the metabolism begins to progressively slow down, hindering fat burning and dangerously increasing insulin resistance, one of the main causes of weight gain after age 60. Another frequently overlooked point is the direct impact on tooth enamel. The acid present in pineapple, when consumed on an empty stomach, without adequate salivary protection or the presence of other foods to cushion the effect, progressively wears away the protective layer of the teeth. Over time, the smile becomes more sensitive to heat and cold, and the risk of fractures and stains increases significantly. The problem is not the juice itself as a beverage, but precisely the way and time of its consumption. To effectively neutralize this negative effect, there's a simple yet transformative rule that turns pineapple from enemy to ally: never eat the fruit alone on an empty stomach. Strategically combine it with protective fibers, such as whole grain oats, hydrated chia seeds, or ground flaxseed, or with a source of healthy fat, like fresh avocado or a generous drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. This creates a natural protective barrier in the stomach, dramatically reducing acidity and balancing sugar absorption in a more gradual and healthy way. It is also crucial to pay special attention to the temperature of the drink. Extremely cold juice causes immediate constriction of the stomach's blood vessels, severely slowing down the digestive process. The ideal therapeutic temperature is room temperature or slightly warm, a difference that seems minimal but completely alters the body's metabolic response. Many habits that seem perfectly healthy during youth turn into real metabolic traps after 60, precisely because the body no longer possesses the same abundant enzymatic reserves and accelerated regenerative capacity. This is why conscious prevention becomes a sophisticated form of nutritional intelligence. Every food choice should deeply respect the body's natural rhythm, not passing fads. Leave your comment now. Do you usually drink pineapple juice on an empty stomach? Share your experience because it can help others identify symptoms they never imagined were related to the seemingly harmless habit. Very few people are consciously aware, but the third dangerous mistake with pineapple occurs precisely in the most common combinations at the table: tropical salads with grilled chicken and pineapple, creamy yogurt with cubes of fresh pineapple, elaborate desserts with seductive tropical layers. At first glance, everything seems perfectly balanced and nutritious: a pleasant touch of sweetness, a valuable source of protein, a refreshing element. However, what appears to be harmony on the plate can quickly turn into absolute chaos within the digestive system. The fundamental reason lies in the invisible but powerful chemical reactions that occur inside the stomach. Bromelain, the enzyme that made pineapple so famous worldwide, works specifically by breaking down complex proteins. When we consume the fruit along with meat, eggs, or dairy products, this enzyme begins the digestion process even before the body is properly prepared. In people with naturally slower metabolisms, especially after the age of 60, this causes unwanted fermentation, embarrassing gas, and a persistent feeling of abdominal bloating. It's the body heroically trying to cope with digestion that started completely out of rhythm. Dairy products dramatically worsen the situation. The naturally acidic pH of pineapple coagulates milk proteins, creating a considerably denser texture that is much more difficult to process properly. This is why so many people experience significant discomfort after consuming yogurt combined with citrus fruits, but rarely associate the painful symptom with the specific combination itself. The metabolic result is extremely slow digestion, progressive accumulation of unprocessed waste, and a dramatic decrease in the absorption of essential nutrients. Over time, this constant overload can seriously compromise the delicate intestinal balance and the beneficial flora that protects the immune system. Beyond the immediate digestive discomfort, there is another considerably more subtle but equally important effect. When pineapple is strategically combined with foods high in animal fat, such as fatty cheeses and red meats, the fructose and natural acids in the fruit negatively interfere with the emulsification of bile, the digestive fluid responsible for breaking down fats in the small intestine. This causes some of the fat to be poorly digested, generating a profound feeling of heaviness and fatigue after meals. This specific type of indigestion, repeated daily without awareness, drastically reduces vitality and fundamentally alters how the body produces usable energy. The practical solution is simple but requires careful consideration and mindful attention. Pineapple should preferably be consumed away from heavy main meals, ideally alone or combined exclusively with light foods and fresh vegetables. An ideal example is fresh pineapple with aromatic mint leaves or green vegetables, which naturally balance its acidity and enhance its beneficial anti-inflammatory action. Another smart option is to use it in small quantities in neutral-based juices, such as fresh cucumber or natural coconut water, instead of aggressively mixing it with milk or industrial yogurt. The fundamental secret to truly good digestion lies not in avoiding food completely, but in deeply respecting the body's natural rhythm. After the age of 60, the stomach needs adequate space to work efficiently, and aggressive combinations are like deafening noise in a delicate and sensitive system. Learning to consciously balance is the first crucial step to regaining sustainable energy and digestive ease. Most people buy pineapples without thinking, the prettier and more golden, the better it seems. But behind that vibrant appearance and seductive sweet aroma lies an invisible danger. Pineapples are among the most intensely sprayed fruits in modern agriculture. To survive long transport journeys, resist various pests, and maintain an impeccable peel, they are sprayed with potent combinations of pesticides, fungicides, and chemical preservatives. And the problem isn't limited to just the outer peel. These toxic residues penetrate the outer fibers and reach the pulp, directly onto your plate. In a young and robust organism, the liver can process small doses of these chemicals. But as the decades inexorably pass, the natural detoxification system gradually loses efficiency. The liver ages biologically, the gut becomes more permeable and vulnerable, and the result is a silent accumulation of chemical compounds that inflame cells and dramatically reduce immunity. Even a seemingly small amount, repeated over the years, can affect metabolism, hormonal health, and even sleep quality. Pesticide residues have a dangerous cumulative effect. They destructively interfere with the gut microbiota, destroying the beneficial bacteria responsible for proper digestion and absorption of essential vitamins. This imbalance leads to chronic inflammation, persistent skin problems, abdominal bloating, and even significant mood changes. It's the kind of impact rarely associated with diet, but which directly affects the quality of what we eat. Furthermore, pineapples are often harvested while still green and artificially ripened during transport. To accelerate this commercial process, gases and chemicals are used that alter the nutritional value of the fruit. The result is a product that looks perfect externally, but has a reduced content of enzymes and vitamins. The body receives the appearance of food, but not the vitality it should provide. The good news is that there are simple ways to reduce this toxic load. The first is to choose pineapples from a reliable source, preferably certified organic. When this is not financially possible, there is an extremely effective home method. Soak the whole fruit in a solution of filtered water, apple cider vinegar, and a tablespoon of baking soda for about 15 minutes. This process removes much of the surface residue and drastically reduces the chemical impact of consumption. Another valuable tip is to cut off the base and top of the pineapple before peeling, as the ends are where pesticide concentrations tend to be highest. While it may seem wasteful, this simple gesture protects the body from toxic overload. After 60, every detail makes a measurable difference. A less inflamed liver means more available energy, better digestion, and a clearer mind. Share this video with someone who loves pineapple but doesn't know about these hidden risks. Shared knowledge is multiplied protection. Some people firmly believe that eating pineapple at night is light, refreshing, and aids digestion before bed. The acidic taste provides a feeling of cleanliness, and the freshness seems like the perfect end to the day. But for the mature body, this choice can be a disguised trap. The digestive system naturally slows down after sunset, preparing for rest and regeneration. When it receives a dose of fructose and intense acidity at this time, it needs to forcibly reactivate, which disrupts sleep, irritates the stomach, and interferes with nighttime recovery. Nighttime digestion requires less energy, and pineapple, being a natural diuretic, stimulates the kidneys to work harder. The result is a cycle of nighttime urination, mineral loss, and disruption of deep sleep. The body tries to eliminate excess acid and fructose through urine, and this extra effort depletes reserves of magnesium and potassium, two essential minerals for preventing cramps and maintaining a balanced heart rhythm. When the body wakes up tired, without understanding why, the cause is often there: a simple slice of pineapple consumed at the wrong time. Pineapple is ideally consumed in the morning or early afternoon, when the metabolism is active and the body can use fructose for energy. At these times, the enzyme bromelain acts more efficiently, aiding digestion and cellular cleansing. At night, the body needs serenity, not stimulation. Sweet and acidic pineapple awakens the digestive system when it should be resting. The same pineapple that causes discomfort when used incorrectly can become a powerful natural remedy when incorporated intelligently. The secret lies in the timing, the combination, and the preparation method. When combined with turmeric and healthy fats, it creates a natural cocktail for cell regeneration. The curcumin in turmeric combined with the bromelain in pineapple significantly increases intestinal absorption. Add extra virgin olive oil and you have a powerful trinity: enzymes, antioxidants, and an absorption vehicle. Prepare a morning tonic: blend a slice of fresh pineapple with a pinch of turmeric, a drizzle of olive oil, and room temperature water. Drink immediately. Within days, you'll notice lighter digestion, less bloating, and more stable energy levels. Understanding how to prepare food is more important than the food itself. Every choice determines how the body reacts. Pineapple is an excellent reminder, a simple food that perfectly reflects the wisdom of nature. At 60, health ceases to depend solely on exams and medications and becomes dependent on daily attention. Knowing what to put on your plate is as important as knowing what to avoid. Pineapple, when understood, is a powerful ally. It strengthens natural defenses, improves digestion, combats inflammation, and brings vitality. But when used impulsively, without considering context, it becomes a trigger for imbalance. There's no miracle secret to aging well, it's about consistency. The body changes, but it also adapts. Metabolism slows down, but responds quickly when treated with care. Small daily adjustments generate profound transformations: more energy, better mood, restorative sleep, firmer skin, and a clear mind. The basis of everything is listening. The body speaks. The problem is that many have stopped listening. It's time to reconnect. Look at food with curiosity and respect, observe how it affects your well-being, and adjust with patience. When you understand that each meal is an opportunity for regeneration, eating ceases to be an automatic act and becomes an act of self-care. If this content has transformed your perspective, share it with someone who also loves pineapple. Sometimes, a simple adjustment prevents years of discomfort. And if you want to continue learning how to transform common foods into health allies, subscribe to the channel now. Each video is an invitation to take care of yourself wisely, without extremes. Because accurate information, consciously applied, is the best supplement for a long and vital life.